he'd come with me to the bank. "You're asking for a loan, correct?" "That's what it means when you go to the bank and ask them for money. We were going to have to do this anyway. We had to buy more cows if we were going to restore the operation within the next few years. Since I was taking a major hit on what I was going to be able to sell at the end of summer, I was going to have to borrow the money anyway. Not a big deal. We had the land as collateral, and that was worth a lot." "Yes," I said, like he was a little thick. "And you and Jake have worked it out and decided to stay married, correct?" I hated the way he said correct after every question, but I was digressing. This was part of the plan. I was just going to borrow more money than I needed. Jake and I worked out the numbers. The least amount we needed to borrow to buy the cows to replenish the herd. Then I added $20,000 to that number. I would pay him his money and we could get divorced. Because, FYI, being married to someone who didn't want to be married to you, also not fun. Which meant we fought about it constantly because I apparently was the only one looking for a way out. I'd told him he had a hero complex and that he should divorce me. He'd told me to shut up. I'd told him I was going to divorce him and he had no say in the matter. He'd told me to shut up. I'd told him about my bank plan and he'd said it wouldn't work. And now it seemed it wasn't working. Does that matter?" Mr. Connolly laced his fingers together and gave me what would be my first, but not my last, what I would come to know as the banker smile. "Ellie, I knew your dad. Well, just about my whole life. He was a good man and he ran a solid cattle ranch operation." "Thank you." Jake had warned me to be polite to Mr. Connolly. I hated that it felt like Jake already knew the outcome when I hadn't even asked the question yet. "So you'll forgive my hesitancy in allowing you, a new rancher, to take on a loan of such size without knowing that you'll have Jake's experience working beside you." "Jake's experience? Horse shit. Jake was only 10 years older than I was. Then I realized Jake had something I didn't have. A penis. I know, because I saw it, naked and everything. Not going to lie, I spent a lot of time thinking about Jake's naked penis. "This is because I'm a woman," I said. "Oh, here we go," Jake muttered. "Ellie, no, absolutely not. We would never make any kind of decision based on the sex, race, or sexual orientation of a person applying for a loan." That didn't sound practiced at all. Mr. Connolly continued. "You have to understand, we're a small bank, and that storm was hard for a lot of folks around here. We have to make good decisions. Giving an 18-year-old person a significant amount of money on the hope that you can return the ranch to good standing on your own, well, that's a risk we can't take. If we knew 2 experienced persons were working toward that effort, we would be willing to consider a loan given the value you have in the land." I leaned forward to make my point. "I don't think you get it. He doesn't want to be married to me." "Ellie, shut up," Jake interjected. "We're fine, Mr. Connolly. We're going to stay married for the time being until we can get Long Valley back to what it was. What happens now?" The banker's smile was back. Now, all of Mr. Connolly's attention was focused on Jake, even though it was my ranch and my loan. Mr. Connolly walked us through everything that would be required while I sat and basically seethed, because little did Mr. Connolly know I ran the money in our house. I would be pulling together all the documents required, filling out the application. We left the bank and I allowed my anger to explode as I punched the air. That was bull. That was sexism, ageism, all the isms. Get over it, Ellie. That's how life works. So unfair. It is, but it's done. We'll get the money, we'll get the operation back up and running.